What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now look, for today's video, we've got something pretty awesome. So in the past, Jurassic Park films have had campaigns with things like secret InGen documents, short films, expanded lore, and more added to the world via marketing websites. This stuff started all the way back in 1996 or 7 with The Lost World, but it persisted all the way up to Jurassic World Dominion. Now, most of those sites unfortunately got taken down, but it looks like they're in the process of coming back, the ones that were made by Chaos Theorem anyways, with something called InGen Locker, which is being offered as a large archive of all of this material for future fans of the franchise. Now, there is a ton of stuff in this thing right now, and I got a lot I want to say about it. So Jurassic Park has had a lot of these little bits of trivia and information hidden in these sites for a very long time, and last year when a lot of them went down and there wasn't any real access to them, a lot of diehard fans got bummed out. I mean, here you can see things that originated in these campaigns, like a found footage look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex running through San Diego, a secret terminal where Dr. Wu mentions them leaving a quote accident behind on Site B, and even a list of illegally created dinosaurs in between the events of The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, so it's a lot, guys. And there's even a very long documentation of wild dinosaur attacks that took place on the mainland following the Lockwood Manor breakout at the end of Fallen Kingdom. These websites and what they have kept for fans were crucial to the buildup and lore of the original Jurassic World trilogy, and people have been wondering what happened to all of this material ever since it was kind of just thrown away last year. When Jurassic World Rebirth was coming out, they kind of did something bad and said, hey, let's just forget about that and focus on just the promotion for the new movie. And in the process of doing so, it kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because it's almost like, how can you dedicate so much time to writing new lore, creating short films and all this other stuff, and just throw it in the can? Like, what are we supposed to care about anymore if everything is so frivolous and, you know, ready to be put on a chopping block? So having this stuff come back is actually very important for a lot of fans, and at the bare minimum, it's a cool piece of Jurassic Park history to see where everything came from and how it's been archived. And that's what I want to talk about right now, because what you get with InGen Locker is pretty expansive. With the archived websites like Masrani Global, which was used to promote Jurassic World, the Dinosaur Protection Group site, which was used for Fallen Kingdom, and we also get Extinction Now, by the way, which was another site I had honestly forgotten about. There isn't much there yet, but this one is all about the point of view of the people who wanted the dinosaurs dead, and it's actually a very cool little snapshot in history. And look, finally you get Dino Tracker, which regardless of whatever happens to this stuff, we will always need to talk about more. Now, taking a look at the entire InGen Locker, so far it looks like most of the old material is up and running, but the big one that is not available just yet does unfortunately happen to be Dino Tracker. This was the site where you could see where all the dinosaurs were being spotted around the world when they were promoting Dominion. From what I understand, the goal is to get as much of that stuff back as possible, but I don't know if this particular campaign can be revived in the way it was initially conceived. One, because the events of 2022 are a long while in the past now, so the globe would obviously need to be updated. And two, because it just might not be possible in the InGen Locker format unless things get changed in the future. That being said, they actually do link a video on the Jurassic World YouTube channel that includes all the recordings of dinosaurs in the mainland, so that's pretty nice. And in fact, look guys, that's got like over 9 million views, so it's clearly something the brand needs to pay attention to, even if they don't think it's important. Speaking of which, Jurassic World Dominion was a massive movie that had a ton of expanded lore hidden away on this website that I think was actually way more interesting and cool than what the final movie showed us, and that's just my personal opinion. One of the most interesting pieces of information that was on the Dino Tracker site was a link to an E. Timbo character that seemed to be a clear tie-in to someone related to Roland Timbo from the Lost World Jurassic Park. But that material gets even more interesting with things like the Tyrannosaurus short, where a couple of guys get attacked and one of them even gets eaten by the dinosaur while it was loose in America. You don't get to see the kill actually like in the documented video itself, but you do see the guy stumble and the Tyrannosaur get, like, you know, it's implied heavily. And look, keep this in mind, guys, the T-Rex did not eat anybody in the actual movie Jurassic World Dominion. And in fact, it didn't do much at all outside of the final fight. But here, you more or less get what you want out of the dinosaur breakout on the mainland with this scene. And I'm just gonna say it, this is what that movie, and really every new Jurassic Park movie, need a lot more of. Watching the T-Rex attack and eat someone is a no-brainer to this franchise, and it's kind of wild that the whole short film and sequence originates from these campaigns, and they're not included in the final film. Like, people don't realize how much stuff that Jurassic Park fans get a kick out of is from this stuff. It's not in the movies. So preserving these sites should literally be something at the height of Universal's to-do list. Elements introduced in them have crossed over into their wider projects, with something like Dr. Wu's work in Siberia searching for frozen mammoth DNA even appearing in Camp Cretaceous. Not to mention the Spinosaurus differences in Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Rebirth are astounding, to say the least, and here we have a bunch of information about the original clone being illegally made on Site B as a part of the amalgam testing incident from 1999, which is uber cool to talk about. And it's just something that you can clearly see the writers have taken like inspiration from when making newer materials. So all of that information comes from these websites, alongside other stuff that fans have loved having discussions about for years. The opening of Jurassic World in 2005, the capture of the Nublar T-Rex in 2002, the death of John Hammond in 1997. The websites are honestly something the filmmakers should at least be given notes on for future world building, and taking them down was a very bad idea. But seeing them preserved like this is personally what I think to be great. Now, I'd personally really like it if Universal gave this new archived collection of materials from the old campaign websites some good love and attention, and even helped incorporate newer material back into this, because to say that this stuff is very important in Jurassic World as a trilogy would be an understatement. In fact, the team that helped create all of this material, Chaos Theorem, is a team that I actually know personally, and I would love it if Universal would just let them continue to help build out the franchise for the foreseeable future. Times are changing, guys, and I think they could benefit greatly from a core team used in-house to help guide the filmmakers' visions and the brand's continuity in order to deliver on something that both fans want to see, as well as helping build up interest and hype for the casual audience. If you really need someone to help build Jurassic Park up and keep it alive on the internet, you need to hire Chaos Theorem, especially in between movies. They could deliver entire campaigns that would keep everything afloat. I don't think this is a controversial statement. This stuff is crucial to getting Jurassic Park like steady, in my personal opinion. Jurassic World Rebirth will almost certainly get a sequel announcement very soon, and if Universal goes back with Chaos Theorem to develop tie-in promotional material, I think that would be very good for the brand's health. We didn't really get anything like that with the last movie. There was like a little game you could play on the website, which was fun, I guess, but I personally think it did hurt a little bit that they didn't have expansive lore in between Dominion and Rebirth. But hey, that's just me. I am not a big fan of Dominion. You guys know that. However, the marketing campaign and collection of short film material made for that movie was so cool and so interesting that when I think back to that time, I actually feel more warmth and positivity towards the Dino Tracker material than I do towards the finished film itself. And that really is saying something. So if you want to check out a collection of the lore and dinosaur stuff that was created to promote the first 3 Jurassic World movies, check out InGen Locker. Hopefully there can be more of this kind of thing in the future, and hopefully we get to see a lot more dinosaur attacks in live action, because that stuff is just super cool, and it would be perfect for the brand on downtime in between films. I would love for them to go back and acquire the Lost Worlds website and maybe even update some of that stuff, or even something for Jurassic Park 3 and make it official canon. That stuff was promoting the ride back in the day, guys. Species like Psittacosaurus and just a whole bunch of cool stuff that we can't get into right now, but I love InGen Locker. I think this is a cool idea. Hopefully Chaos Theorem gets to work with Universal more in the future. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be on the subject matter, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video. And as always, take it easy.